Oh, I need your phone. You have your phone in that screenshot?
Yep.
Hello, everybody. This is going to be a different kind of a ministry report. I've already got it recording, and I've got a couple of notes here to make. This is David Bell, Dr. David Bell. He is our son Mark's father-in-law.
There we go.
Or our daughter-in-law Andrea's dad. And he is our special guest speaker for tomorrow at the Intensive Institute. So I wanted to say a few things, and I'm going to ask him to maybe share a few, the way he's going to address the second part of Isaiah. But just to give you a little bit of an idea of, sorry, got to get your face ID in there, to give you an idea of the institutes. We are in the Abraham Room. Many of you have been here many times, perhaps, some of you. And tomorrow, today's Friday, tomorrow's Saturday, the 20th of January, and at 9 o'clock, everybody is supposed to be here. There are right now on the list about 75 believers coming, and we closed the inscription on Monday, and we had to turn people away because it starts to get too much. And so we're going to have a full crowd tomorrow with the 75. They'll come in at about 9 o'clock. At 9:30 sharp, we'll start the first session. David will be teaching 5 sessions on the book of Isaiah, the second half. I'll let him say more about that. But they will start in the morning at 9:30. Then we have a break for breakfast. Then we have a second session, a break, and a third session. And then we break away for lunch. And then we have a kind of a 2.5-hour lunch session, lunchtime, with a little bit of time to get out and enjoy the sun, maybe. And then we'll have 2 more sessions in the evening or in the afternoon, a 4th and a 5th. We end by 6 o'clock p.m. We have people coming in from Oviedo. There, I don't know how many, 10, 12, I don't know, a couple of cars at least. And then we have from Logroño, which is an hour and a half down away from here. And there's 14 coming in from there, and a bunch coming from Irún, our church, and I don't know where anybody else is coming, but they've come the farthest so far as I know, because they came up from southern Spain. And so David has taught several of our intensive institutes through the years. We had our first one, it was in 1998, I can't remember the exact date right now. We had our first intensive institute, had no idea if we were going to do another one, and what? Well, this is our 58th tomorrow. And so David is on. You remember some of the ones you've taught?
I taught on Ecclesiastes.
Oh yeah,
I did Jonah.
Jonah, okay.
Also, we looked at Ezekiel. The first one I did was Ezekiel back in 2007.
Oh wow.
And then I did.
That was the first you did, huh?
That was the first one.
Okay.
And then I did 3 on the kings of
That's right.
Israel and Judah.
And then you've done 1 on Isaiah.
And
so
then
that's like
the previous
6.
one on Isaiah.
That's like six institutes. Right. And so we've had them through the years. We have 3 or 4 a year, and the believers love it. They come sometimes from all over different parts of Spain. Tomorrow's theme is the second half of Isaiah. You want to say a little bit about how you're going to do that? We have screens on the walls now. You can see one of them behind us. There's another one over there.
Lost the image.
Oh, that's right. Oh well, sleep. It was a pretty image a few seconds ago. But yeah, go ahead and a little bit of what you're going to do.
So right before COVID, January of 2020, we did the first part of Isaiah, took a look at the first 39 chapters of the book, and of course focusing mainly on God's judgment for sin. But then chapter 40 picks up with this message of hope and restoration for Israel. And of course, the key to that is the servant of Jehovah. So there'll be several different servants that we see in those initial chapters. We're going to look at Cyrus, who is part of the restoration of Israel. Interesting that it names him by name over 100 years before his birth. We're going to see Israel as another servant of Jehovah, who in this case he calls him a blind and deaf servant, so a real failure. And then we're going to take a look at the true servant of Jehovah, who of course is Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we'll be doing that through 5 hours. And one of the things that we do, we have these notebooks. Everybody who comes, they'll pay 15 euros, basically $15 for the day. And that allows us to give them notebooks with all the notes. His notes are all in here for them to fill out. And then there's a bunch of other information that they can have. They'll get a bookmark. And then those who want to have for the last month or so been doing homework that we have assigned ahead of time, reading Isaiah and memorizing scripture, verses from Isaiah that David selected and answered a bunch of questions that we did from Isaiah, and also a video he did, a little bit of a critical video about something that's out there about Isaiah. And so anyway, whoever does all of those, then tomorrow, at the end of the Institute at about 6 o'clock in the evening, we give them a certificate for the 5 hours that they just listened to. And so some of the people have accumulated those through the years. And so we give out an award for those who get 50 hours of institutes, and then 100 hours, and then 150 hours. Last time we gave out all the ones that had reached 150, we gave them a specialized mug for the Institute. And then tomorrow, she doesn't know it until she sees this, but I'm not going to tell her what it is. But one of the ladies that has been so faithful through the years she has over 200 hours of being in the Intensive Institute and having done the preparations for the certificate. So we've got a little bit of a surprise for her as well, and that's exciting. And it sort of spurs some of the others on to continue doing that homework. So as far as I know, that's most of what I wanted to cover. I wanted to focus in on the Intensive Institutes because it is one of our fun, but it's one of our ministries that goes back a long time ago, really. It's over 25 years now. And the Lord has blessed it. And, we're having to turn away people because it's just too much logistically to handle. If we get way more than really 80 or above 80, it gets complicated. And so we are recording it all. So it all goes up on a website that we have for the Institute. So if anybody wants to can watch it within hours. They can watch the Institute entirely if they want to online. And it's David's got it all set up really fancy. So we're looking forward to a sort of a new system tomorrow. So thank you for your prayers. If you get to see this in time to pray for tomorrow, for those who will be driving in, at least 25 people will be driving in from a good ways away. So they'll be getting up early in the morning. And so we appreciate your prayers for the Institute Day as we go ahead. And then, of course, we go into Sunday, and David will be with us on Sunday at church. And it'll be a full weekend. So we're looking forward to it. Anything to say?
Appreciate your prayers, and we're looking forward to just a beautiful day in the Word and with other believers.
Speaking of day, it's freezing. I didn't get any of the snow that they were saying might come in today, but it is cold. It's supposed to be below freezing. So Mike, my coworker, one of my coworkers is going to be here through the night with some of those who come. Oh yeah, some of them are coming in tonight. Sorry, and they're going to spend the night here in this ice cold farmhouse, and he's going to be getting the fire going and keeping it going through the night. So, okay, God bless you then. Take care.